Hi, I'm John Oliver Valentin.
And I'm Lindsay Heyman. Welcome to the Monday Night Roar.
Thanks for tuning in. We're a student-run news show appearing every Monday at 8:15. We have your latest news, entertainment, and sports.
All that and more coming up on the Monday Night Roar.
First, Clemson news. Architectural Digest magazine named Lee III as one of the best in new university architecture around the world. The magazine believes that Lee III is a nice counterpoint to the traditional brick structures around campus. This is an amazing achievement for Clemson because only 2 other buildings in the United States were chosen. The Krishna P. Sine Center for Nanotechnology at the University of Pennsylvania and the University Center at the New School in New York City. Lee Hall consists of all architecture, art, city and regional planning, construction science and management, and landscape architecture disciplines at Clemson.
A team of scientists led by a Clemson astrophysicist has discovered that planets are forming around a star 335 light years from Earth. If this evidence can be confirmed, it will be one of the first times astronomers have been able to directly observe planet formation as it's happening. The star around which the planets are forming is 2.5 times larger and 30 times brighter than our sun. Astronomers and researchers are excited to use new tools and telescopes to better learn about planetary formation.
Have you walked by the pedestrian bridge to Lightsey Bridge Apartments and heard goats? Well, you're not going crazy. Clemson researchers and campus facility managers have teamed up in order to get rid of weeds around Honeycutt Creek. Researchers say that it's a less expensive and more environmentally friendly way to have animals chew up unwanted plants than bring in heavy machinery. If you're worried about the goats' dietary habits, however, well, the diverse plants consumed will actually be healthier for the goats than traditional grass-only grazing. There's no clear answer on how long the goats will reside at the creek.
If you enjoy running around at night, this Friday there will be a glow-in-the-dark Capture the Flag event at the intramural fields. The event goes from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. and there will also be a foam party, music, and prizes. If there are poor weather conditions, the event will be held in Fike Gym. And speaking of sports, let's check in with Gabby Bates for sports.
Hello guys, I'm Gabby Bates with your latest sports. Let's start off with your Clemson Tigers. The Clemson Tigers had a great win over the South Carolina State Bulldogs. The Tigers dominated the Bulldogs with a 73-7 win. Clemson finished off the game with 735 total yards of offense. The defense was able to hold the offense to 44 yards and not give up a single touchdown. Both quarterbacks had an excellent game. Cole Stout finished the game off with 302 passing yards and a touchdown. Deshaun Watson came into his first game in Death Valley with 154 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Watson was not the only freshman that seemed to impress everyone. Freshman wide receiver Artavis Scott finished the game off with 6 receptions for 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. Wayne Gallman also put on the show, leading all the rushers with 10 carries for 77 yards. Adam Choice, another freshman, finished with 12 carries for 74 yards and a touchdown. Dabo Sweeney told the media, quote, "This was an excellent win for our program, but we still have bigger fish to fry." With some more ACC, we have Virginia Tech defeating Urban Meyer's number 8 Buckeyes 35-21. With Virginia Tech having 2 straight disappointing seasons, this upset has put Virginia Tech back in the conversation. Virginia Tech controlled most of the first half, but they gave up a 2-touchdown lead in the second. Ohio State was trailing 21-7, but wide receiver Michael Thomas was able to get a 53-yard touchdown. It was the fourth quarter that things started to get a little shaky. Virginia Tech's quarterback was sacked by Ohio State, fumbling the ball and giving Ohio State the ball at the 15-yard line, leading to another touchdown with only 11 minutes to go. Just when they needed it, Virginia Tech's cornerback was able to give the Hokies the win with an interception return for a touchdown. Now on to some SEC football. The South Carolina Gamecocks were able to pull off what many are saying an ugly win. Carolina's defense struggled going into the game, but they were able to pull through with 2 third-quarter interceptions from ECU's quarterback, giving Carolina a 10-point lead to win the game. Carolina went 3 and out in their first possession of the game, but the Gamecocks were able to hold the Pirates to a field goal. The Gamecocks were not able to keep possession of the ball after Dylan Thomas threw an interception. After this point, the Gamecocks were able to control most of the game, with Mike Davis getting a touchdown run to help give the Gamecocks a 10-point lead to win. Now for some more Clemson sports. The Clemson men's golf team opened up their season at the Carpet Classic this past weekend. Cody Prevost finished with a final round of 68 to help place the Tigers at number 6 of a 14-team tournament. The Tigers were just 7 shots away from the champion South Carolina. Miller Caps also played well with a total score of 212. Stephen Bear finished with an even par of 216. Blake Kennedy, Jr. at Clemson, who played in the previous U.S. Amateur in August, finished with 77 on Sunday and a total of 230 for the tournament. The number 18 Clemson men's soccer team fell to number 17 UC Irvine's this past weekend. UC was able to defeat the Tigers 2-1 in the final game. Junior TJ Kasner was the only scorer for the Tigers. Redshirt goalkeeper Chris Gloddock had 9 saves in a total of 90 minutes. Gloddock had a total of 13 saves this weekend. The Tigers will face Boston College at 7 p.m. on Friday. Also, breaking news today, the Baltimore Ravens' Ray Rice was released in a video attacking his wife in an elevator. Because of the attack, Ray Rice has been dismissed from the Baltimore Ravens. Rice was a 3-time Pro Bowler who helped the Ravens to a Super Bowl title in 2012. That's all for your sports. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Gabby. Now on to your national news.
Former Virginia Governor Robert McDonnell and his wife were found guilty by a federal jury of accepting sweetheart loans and lavish gifts from a businessman in exchange for promoting his company. McDonnell, a Republican who was once a potential presidential candidate, was found guilty of 11 of 14 charges, while his wife Maureen was convicted of 9 of 14 charges, including obstruction of justice. The couple could face up to 20 years in prison and at least $250,000 in fines for each count. McDonnell's attorney told reporters the verdict would be appealed.
More than 200,000 residents are still without power in southeast Michigan after violent storms swept through the Midwest. DTE Energy says it could take days to reconnect everyone affected by one of the most damaging storms to hit southeast Michigan in the past century. Wind gusts have reached at least 75 miles per hour and down 2,000 power lines. So far, 2 people have been killed.
Dozens of celebrities gathered together this past Friday for the annual Stand Up to Cancer event hosted by Katie Couric. Couric, who started the charity in 2008, hoped to raise more than $100 million that night. Collectively, the charity has raised over $261 million, all toward funding cancer research. The show broadcasted live without commercials on all 4 networks and 28 cable channels. For the first time, it also streamed live on Yahoo and Hulu.
Always an innovator of technology, Apple plans to unveil a new smartwatch on Tuesday. An analyst says this might mark the birth of a huge new industry. The iWatch has the potential to attract watch wearers and non-watch wearers, as well as could generate billions of dollars by 2018. These tiny wrist computers could also open doors for collaborations between watchmakers and technology companies. The iWatch won't be available until the holidays, and analysts are curious if their speculations about the iWatch's impact on the watch industry will be as influential as predicted.
Today, Colossus, one of the largest wooden roller coasters in the world, which is part of Six Flags in Los Angeles, caught fire. The coaster had been closed since August due to an upcoming upgrade to a steel track. No one was injured in the fire, but 1,000 feet of wood was destroyed and there was a partial collapse of the structure. The new Colossus was scheduled to open next year, but after this fire, the theme park is going to have to reevaluate the situation. And now your entertainment news with Kaisha Young.
Hi guys! In celebrity news, comedy has lost one of its icons, Joan Rivers. The 81-year-old comedian died Thursday at 1:17 p.m., surrounded by family and close friends. Rivers' daughter Melissa laments, saying, "I would like to thank the doctors, nurses, and staff of Mount Sinai Hospital for the amazing care they provided for my mother." A private funeral was held in NYC in true Joan fashion. The New York City Gay Men's Choir sang the Broadway number, Hey Big Spender, and many fellow comedians shared their final words. There was also an outpour of support on social media from other ladies of comedy. Fortune Feimster tweeted, "Something tells me everyone in heaven is going to be really stepping up their fashion game. From all of us here at Tigervision, you'll be missed, Joan." In other news, the Queen Beyoncé celebrated her birthday this past Thursday. The R&B diva turned 33. Happy belated birthday, V! Canadian crooner Justin Bieber has been arrested yet again. He was arrested Saturday under suspicion of dangerous driving and assault after his ATV collided with a minivan. Just in case it wasn't obvious before, I think it's high time we revoke this kid's license. Well, that's all for entertainment. For Monday Night Roar, I'm Kaisha Young. See you next time.
Thanks, Kaisha. In world news today, residents of Nicaragua were in a little bit of shock when a meteorite landed near the airport in the capital city of Managua on Saturday night. The meteorite was relatively small and no one was hurt by it, but locals were reported as saying the impact felt like a small bomb had gone off. It is believed the meteorite broke off an asteroid orbiting Earth. There are no predicted consequences from the meteorite, but it isn't every day that people experience rocks falling from the sky.
Devastating flash floods and landslides have killed nearly 300 people in northern India and Pakistan. As well, over 120 people died in Kashmir after 5 days of monsoon rains. The floods and landslides have affected over 2,000 villages, while 450 villages have been submerged by water, with waters reaching 12 feet deep. All schools, colleges, and offices have been shut down. Electricity and drinking water supplies have been limited across the region.
French bookstores are refusing to sell the tell-all book of the former French First Lady. Bookshops say the novel is gossip and not worthy of their bookstores. Several bookstores do not want to be an outlet for their dirty laundry. Thanks for This Moment, published last week, revealed the First Lady's life alongside the unpopular French president. The former First Lady reveals she attempted an overdose after she heard the news of the former president's affair with the French actress. Despite booksellers' attitude, the book is currently a bestseller on Amazon France.
The Ebola outbreak has unfortunately not died down in Africa one bit. The current total of deaths due to Ebola has passed 2,100, and the numbers of infected individuals is still growing due to limited healthcare facilities. Too many patients and not enough beds means some patients will be turned away, and in turn, most will likely pass the disease on to others. Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia have been hit the hardest by the disease, but a few other countries have been affected as well. The World Health Organization expects even more outbreaks in the coming weeks.
Well, there's another royal baby on the way. According to the BBC, an official announcement has been made by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge that Kate is in fact pregnant with their second child. She isn't that far along yet, but the family felt it best to announce the pregnancy for the sake of planning of the future appearance by the royal couple.
Matthew Todd Miller will stand trial in North Korea this week for committing a hostile act against the country. A state-run Korean Central News Agency revealed that Miller would be tried at the North Supreme Court next Sunday. Miller's trial will be a one-day event with no appeals allowed. North Korea claimed that Miller shredded his tourist visa and demanded asylum upon arriving in the country in April. Washington had advised against Americans traveling to North Korea.
And we finish off with our newscast tonight with the weather report from our trusty, wisecracking weatherman, James Eister.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at your weather for the rest of the week. As it looks like the rest of the week, it is going to cool down considerably, starting tomorrow from a high of 86 all the way until Sunday with a high of 77. We are going to see a chance of rain showers Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, ranging from about 40 to 60%. It's just scattered showers, so no big downpours on Friday and Saturday. And taking a look outside your window right now, it is a warm 77 degrees, partly cloudy outside. A little bit of a breeze at 8 miles per hour out of the east, and humidity of 64%, so it is pretty humid outside. Taking a look at your radar, as you can see, we do have a low pressure front coming up the coast, and that's going to bring us the rain Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So keep your head out for that. And now, what do pirates say when they turn 80? I'm matey.
Thanks, James. That's all for tonight. Thanks for joining us, Clemson.
Be sure to like our Tigervision Facebook page and follow us on Twitter at CU Tigervision.
Have a great week, Clemson, and be sure to catch Tigervision on Channel 88.